When she stops texting you first, do exactly this. We've all been there, right? Let's keep it real. She's not texting as fast. Maybe she stopped even texting first. Now you're always the one initiating. When she stops texting you first, that's not really the problem. What is your reaction. The moment her energy shifts, most guys, they react to it, meaning they are chasing. They are reaching out, trying to fix something that doesn't really need to be fixed. Why? Hear me out. She begins thinking, is he stable or does he need me more than I need him? Does he always need constant reassurance? This is where most guys fail, right here in this exact moment. And I'm making this video because I used to be in this situation and I know exactly how. This is one of the quickest ways you can lose her. This is one of the quickest ways you can lose her. Because I've been here. I've been in this position. I remember early back in my days. And man, I would just spiral downhill, right? Because I didn't know what was going on, this, that. Something seemed off. I didn't know how to fix it. So I was reaching out, doing a little bit too much. Stay to the end because I promise you, you will never have this issue again. Once you understand this, it makes it so much easier. What's really happening is you have to look at it like this. When she stops reaching out first, when she stopped texting you first, maybe she was always the one, right? Or better yet, maybe you were never really texting her first. It was always her and you like the attention, but you do like her, right? And you've watched my videos and you know not to give too much of your energy, not too much of your affection, right? Even if you like her more than she likes you or whatever the scenario is, you're trying to hold your frame, you're trying to hold it together. What you will quickly realize is they do this to observe you. Most of the times it's space. She's probably catching feelings more than she expected. She likes what you bring. She likes your personality. Everything about it is clicking. To you now, you're thinking you're doing something wrong. As humans, that's just normal behavior because when things are making a slight turn, you think you are being tested. You think something, because if everything is going well and you see a sudden bump in the hill or you trip and fall when it's always been a smooth sailing run or ride, our first thing is to contemplate, and that's what smart guys do, right? They want to sit back and analyze what's going on, what's wrong, what do I need to adjust so I avoid a certain pattern, right? But sometimes it's just her stepping back to observe the painting, to simply see if you were ever focused. Because when you're so close to something, you can't tell if it's valuable. You can't. Or just familiar. When she pulls back, it's not to leave, but to feel again. I want that to make sense. When she pulls back, it's not to leave. It's to feel again, meaning she wants to feel that vibration that got her tingling. She wants to feel that energetic vibe that you gave her or that she caught, right? And I've always mentioned, like, too much of something. Imagine you seeing your friends every day. Eventually, arguments happen. No matter how good of a relationship, no matter how good your relationship is with that friend, eventually, sometime throughout that year, you guys are gonna clash heads. Because you guys are so used to each other. Because you guys get to know each other more. But when you see that friend, maybe he moved, you moved, once a week now, once a month, what happens when you guys hang out? What happens? It's more, yo, what's good, my guy? What's up? My boy, what's good? It's all love. You guys are more hanging out, doing things together. It's not really arguments, right? Because why? You know that time is valuable. You guys don't see each other as much, right? So you don't really want to start arguments. You don't really want to, you feel me? You just let shit go because you value now the time you have with your friend. Does that make sense? So understand that when she pulls back like that, the first thought should not be, oh, fuck, what did I do wrong? It should just be to pause, recalibrate, and just understand life is all about perspective. You don't really know. Don't assume too quickly. Breathe and slow down. This is where the hidden test might sneak in. Hear me out. I've mentioned this in the previous video. You can see over here that you're being watched even when you don't think so. In better terms, you're being watched without being watched. It's like pressure in a sealed room. Nothing looks like it's happening, but everything is being measured. Your patience, your restraint, your ability to sit still, your ability to stay calm without collapsing. I've mentioned attraction is not built through constant conversation. There's a reason why I say less, don't say anything. Because no matter what you say, that's not what attraction is. It's built in the emotional tension. I guarantee you this. Think about a dimmer switch. Not turning it on or off. The slight pullback, the slight increase. That's what creates the atmosphere. So when she lowers the intensity, she's watching to see if you slam the lights back on. Okay, now I've made all the moves. This is what she's thinking. I've done everything first. Let me see if he reaches out. Let me see if he returns the love. Let me see if he's really interested in me. The quickest and the biggest way to ruin what's working, ruin a bond, is by assuming this always has to be like this. It's like you, back in the day, if you haven't watched my early videos, I think you're moving different now, but if you were always reaching out to her first, and then you wait, you stop responding to see if she returns the favor, right? We've all done this probably in high school where you're more interested in her, she's playing hard to get, blah, blah, blah. So you're reaching out, you're always texting first, but she reciprocates the energy. So you think she's into you. You know she's into you. Maybe you've hung out, you hooked up, but then all of a sudden you're like, yo, I feel like I'm being too persistent. Let me just fall back. Now when you fall back, some women, they won't even reach out. So now what happens? In your mind, you're thinking, fuck, she's not really into me. She's not really into me. Weeks go by, she doesn't say anything. You will notice that a certain woman, if they was interested in you, she would reach back out. Hey, is everything okay? Sometimes they won't though. And what that tells you subconsciously is she was okay with this working out when you were the one pursuing. When you were, and this is why detachment is vital. And if you haven't yet, you should check out the top link in the description, pin comments, where I talk about in my book, my ebook, The Art of Detachment, where I teach you how to pull back without really losing this interest, without losing her attention, without losing yourself. Because the quickest and the easiest way to see if something is right for you is literally when you're putting all the effort in, is to fall back and to observe. Sit in silence, because silence will always expose her true intentions. The biggest mistake that you can do is to try to flood the space immediately. Double texting, random calls, random check-ins, forcing conversations that doesn't need to happen. It doesn't, man, right? Because it's not natural. You can tell when someone is just trying to be nosy. When you can tell when someone is trying to just because they're uncomfortable with silence. That's like knocking on the door over and over again with no one answering. Right? You're hoping someone will pick up, but you know deep down that nobody's there, but you keep knocking. It's not because she didn't hear you. It's because she chose not to open it yet. And every extra knock, that lowers your value. Does that make sense? It's not because effort is bad now, right? It's because uncontrolled effort is predictable. And predictability is one of the easiest ways to lose interest. One of the easiest ways someone can lose interest in you. That's why I always say, be unpredictable, especially when it comes to females, maybe even in life in general, honestly. People shouldn't always know your next move. That's how you avoid certain setbacks. That's how you avoid people blocking your blessings. But when it comes to females, when she knows that you're always going to react like this, she might even play along with it just to get that attention. She might even just completely lose interest. Like, I'm done with this. I'm sick of it. This is a mess. The guy's it's like a headache. It's like a fly just always, like around you when you're trying to eat a meal outside. You can't enjoy the nature because it's just always there. Look at it like that. How to fix it is just don't chase the silence. Let it breathe. Immediately when you feel that urge to, sit down, sit still. If you need to, meditate. I promise you, if you do this every day, meditate. Sit back, shoulders back, just breathe. Close your eyes, think. Don't even think, just be. Just flow. Do that for 10 minutes every day, whenever you feel that urge to. I promise you, you will think more clearly. I promise you will think more clearly now. You will understand that you can only control what you can control, right? If someone doesn't want to be part of your life, they don't want to reach out to you first. Who are you to try to force them to, right? Because we all know that if you try to force something to, you're repelling it. You're repelling it. That's why if you want something, you don't just chase after it, right? You align with it. I promise you being calm, no matter what they tell you, don't react, this, that. They're saying, oh, that's over, stoic mindset, this, that. I promise you, that's way more attractive than that guy that's overly doing it. You might see these type of people in relationships and let's see if it lasts. If they don't change the behavior, it won't. Simple as that. So you don't chase the silence, you let it breathe. Because silence is not empty. Silence isn't empty. It's space being filled with perception. This is how most people get confused, or they get it wrong. They think no communication means nothing is happening. Right? Oh man, it's over. She lost interest, she's talking to somebody else. But in reality, this is where everything is happening. Everything is happening right here. In the silence. Why? Because she's thinking, she's feeling, she's noticing your absence. It's like you stepping out of a room with a scent. You won't realize it when you're in it, right? But the moment you leave, that's when it lingers. That's when it's felt. So instead of reaching, just return to yourself. Your routine, your discipline, your life. Right? Because your life should never, and I'm talking about never, pause just because somebody else did. You have other things to be concerned about. You have other things to be focused on. Your energy will flow wherever your focus goes. Redirect the energy. And my biggest thing is, like, I've always mentioned this, guys, like, you have a bad habit. You want to cold turkey it, but it's super hard. You can't just cold turkey it. You have to redirect the energy, meaning you doing some things that you shouldn't be doing. Instead of doing that, when you have that temptation, immediately go and work out. Immediately go on a run. Immediately go to the gym. Exhaust yourself. You know, your mind grows when the more you exercise and the more tired you are, because you allow yourself to breathe after. When you go and work out and do all this, when you come back, your first thought is not going to be, oh my God, what is she doing? She didn't take. You're going to be like, whew, right? Like, you analyze, you feel more calm. Or now you're doing other things, right? You're traveling, you're doing this. Like, your mind is not going to be thinking about her. You have your focus on something else. Do you see how you can just change your reality just from your thoughts? If you bully yourself into thinking all these scenarios, you will destroy your mind. You'll destroy yourself. Panicking, doing this, and then you will ruin what was working. So for those of you that overthink a lot, this is why I always say in the end of my videos, you know, don't overthink it, don't overcomplicate it, right? There's a reason I always say that. It's because the more you do that, guys, the more you are feeding into this illusion. This is why I say it's deeper than texting. This is how most people struggle without even realizing it. If someone pulling back creates anxiety for you, man, that's simply, it's not about her. It's not. It's about attachment. It's about needing extra validation to feel grounded. That's something that I break down inside my book. Because attachment is not about caring. I want that to be clear. It's about being solid, whether someone stays or they don't. It's okay not to care, right? It's okay, like, if that's how you want to look at it. But it's simply being calm, being sure of yourself when things are not going the way you planned it, you envisioned it. If you feel like your mood shifts based off somebody else's attention, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Be in the top link in the description and pin comments. You can check it out. Part of attachment. So the power shift, when you move differently, this is exactly what's going to happen. When you don't react, the moment you stop reacting, you instantly become unpredictable. We don't know what this guy's up to. We don't know what he's about to do next. That unpredictability creates attention. Now she will literally start thinking, why is he not reaching out? She's talking to the girls now. You're being put in group chats. Regardless, you'll always be put in group chats. That's why I always say, be mindful of what you say. But now they're thinking, and some of her friends might be like, oh my God, forget him. He's probably with another girl, this, that. Now they start monitoring you. I know some of you guys can relate. You guys mentioned that. I've seen your comments. Is he focused on something else? Did I do something wrong? What is he up to? All these questions start popping up. It's like a mirror flipping. Now that uncertainty, now that same uncertainty that you felt now exists on her side. That's exactly where attraction rebuilds. So if you find yourself in this situation, fine, perfect. You can literally flip it just like a mirror. I'm telling you right now. It's not from effort though. I want to make sure that's clear. It's but by contrast. Let me get into something that most people avoid, right? This is the deeper reality behind it. When your emotional state depends on somebody else's consistency, you're losing control of yourself. You've lost control. You basically handed over your center. No grounded man will do that. Do not do that. A grounded man, he moves like a lighthouse. The ocean can be calm or chaotic, right? But the lighthouse does not move. Sits there still. Even during that storm, even during a hurricane, it's right there. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't chase the ships, it stays in position. It allows things to come into alignment with it. That's exactly what I want you to become. Not reactive, not chasing. Who cares? Just be steady. Just be steady. So you will get the outcomes you want. Most of the time, she comes back. It will be a simple text, something small, something casual. I promise you. And it's not about the message, honestly. What it is, it's about what it represents. Because 1, you didn't fold. 2, you didn't break your frame. 3, you didn't chase. You didn't. Now you regain the power. Now you hold your position. Now you control the dynamic. You see, if you retained her when you were chasing, when you were doing this, when you were acting a little bit different than what got her into you in the first place, what do you think happens now? This is sometimes what they want too. They want to switch it. They want to switch the dynamic. So now you're the one kind of needing her more, right? When in reality, she should always be kind of toward you. She should always be looking for your guidance because you're the man. You're the leader. Just like back in the old days, right? Like men used to go hunt and gather, right? They weren't letting their female, boss them around or do all this, right? No matter how the world tries to change this narrative, right? We see what's going on in the media. We see how they think men like this are toxic. Like, as a man, you should lead. So understand that even if she doesn't come back, you still win. You didn't fold, right? And you're not being toxic. Don't let them try to bully you into changing your demeanor. Don't let them try to change you to changing who you are. Like, you are born a man, you are a man. So what does that mean? If she doesn't want to come back, okay, cool. You win immediately because you did not lose yourself trying to keep somebody else. See you later. Peace. It's all love, man. Right? And don't have no revenge. Don't have no animosity. I promise you will only level up in life, man. When you see dudes like going chaotic, doing this, right? Because she cheated. Now they're going chasing down the man, thinking that's alpha. That's not, man. No matter what. And I promise you, please do not do that because you will destroy your life. You don't know how the outcome goes. That could just lead to this, that. People die over this stupid shit like this, go to prison because they couldn't control their emotion. That's why I create this channel, like, to really help you understand, right? That do not let things spiral you out of your character. Do not let it destroy your life, man. Especially when it comes to female, especially when it comes to people trying to get you out of your zone, right? Because I always mention, like, not only will females test you, but life will test you, right? Especially when things are going well for you. Somehow, some way, there's going to be something out there, like, trying to get you to resist, trying to get you to. So you staying calm, you staying in understanding, okay, I see what's going on. Cool, right? This is why I always say you got to wake up from this reality. You got to wake up from certain beliefs that you might have, because this world is not what it seems, man. So, yeah, summarize it. When she stops texting first, don't panic, do not chase. Just don't interrupt the silence. Let it breathe. Let it reveal what it's supposed to reveal in better terms. Because calm is power, silence is confidence. And discipline, that's exactly what separates you from everybody else around you. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share this video with somebody who needs to see this. If you're new here, I go by the name CXM. Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. I appreciate all the love on this channel as well too. We're at 10K subs now. It means a lot, guys. I'm glad to be making these videos to help people. That's why I started this channel, was to basically talking to basically a younger version of myself, and I've made it known in my videos that, I've gone through these situations I'm talking about. So I overcame it by changing my mindset, changing the way I think, moving completely different, locking out outside noises, and living it in alignment, right? It becomes easier once you understand all this, because I know exactly what you're going through if you're watching this, all this uncertainty, especially if you're a young man. Stay calm, brother. I promise you. Especially if you're deep into love and all that. I'm not here to make fun of you or anything, but it's like you'll quickly realize, that, you know, unfortunately, this is not how the world works, right? Let certain people believe what they believe. They think it's Disney Channel. Let them believe that, man. You know, you're not here to change their perception. You know, but you can control yourself. You can change your life based off your mindset. You can change the outcomes of certain behaviors, especially from her, just by the way you move and not by reacting. All right, guys. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share this video with somebody who needs to see this. And remember, clarity of mind, discipline of motion. You got this. Don't overthink it. Definitely don't overcomplicate it, all right? Just flow. Be calm, be still. And I'll catch you guys on to the next one, man. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. Be easy.